And another Thursday night, another pod night. About what? We got 2/3 of the pod here. Q, how we doing?
We're good. We're missing our statistician, dude. Did I say that right? Statistician.
Our, our statistician.
We missed it. We're missing our numbers guy.
We're missing the smart guy tonight.
Yep, we're missing the fucking fellow cyclone too. It's a sad night.
Yeah, Logan's tucked away in bed already.
Been working hard.
He says, "Screw y'all. I'm taking my ball, going home, laying
Sounds like
down."
he's been working late. I saw his
He works late one time.
brother-in-law got homecoming king.
Yeah, he did.
Good for
Shout
him.
out, Matt.
Sounds like he's a stud on the football field too. That's awesome.
He was the one that caught the Hail Mary the first game.
Unreal.
Oh no, he threw the Hail Mary. He threw the Hail Mary. He's the one that
threw
threw
the Hail
it.
Mary, and he's housed an 84-yard kick too.
Something like that. I think last week.
Good for him. Good for that kid.
But so it'll be just us doing the 2-man weave tonight. So got a good little rundown. I got a good little rant coming up during this college football review. To start it off, though, LSU and Missouri survived close games against South Carolina and Boston College. Your hot take of the week, South Carolina almost pulls it off.
Damn it.
They lost 36-33. Questionable calls in that game. It was going on when I was in the mail route, but I was watching it still. They had 2 pick sixes called back, and their starting quarterback got hurt at half. So that's a heartbreaker for them. Boston College, I think Logan last week said that they were going to get the doors blown off by Mizzou.
Ooh.
They ended up losing 27-21. I think that's the Bill O'Brien effect. You know, the ex-NFL coach, he can get his guys prepared for big games like that. But
the whole reason I this is far-fetched too. The whole reason I chose South Carolina was I saw Cam Newton streams college football, and he uses South Carolina and shits on people.
they have, I think it's the quarterback that actually came in to replace the starter. I can't think of his last name, but he's kind of juiced on the college football game. Or used to be. He has like some good speed and stuff. Yeah. But that game was hyped, but I think they kind of got screwed. I mean, 1 pick six, I was like, how the hell did they call it back? They called like roughing the passer, and it looked like the guy was just like 2-hand touching the quarterback or some shit like that. So
playing basic football.
Yeah. So that hurt him in the end. Bama and K-State rolled Wisconsin and Zona. I think everyone saw Bama and Wisconsin going the way it did. Wasn't much of a game.
You see, I know I'm interrupting here, but did you just see that? You probably didn't just see that on your TV, did you? Did
No.
you see the guy that got that lay hit? Did you see the lay hit on Rodgers like 2 plays ago?
Mm-hmm.
His teammate pushed the dude to the ground that did it, and then fucking Gronk dove on him, like purposely got the flag. That's my quarterback.
Gotta love that.
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, so we got the Jets Pats going on, so that might sometimes come in and out on that. Jets are waxing the Pats right now. Neither of the Bama-Wisconsin game wasn't much. Tyler Van Dyke got hurt. Zona got waxed by K-State, which I was surprised about.
Dude, I was kind of upset about that too because I wanted a game, you know.
I mean, everyone hyped Zona's offense up, and I think they scored maybe 7 points.
What a terrible game! That was Friday night.
Yeah, it was Friday night. Yeah, It was the same night as Kansas UNLV, and that UNLV ended up taking Kansas to the woodshed.
Dude.
Yeah, your dynasty team.
All for it. UNLV is my dynasty team. That same game, Kansas almost 50-pieced me on college football. Good for UNLV.
They got it back.
Solid win.
They got it back in blood in real life.
Honestly, solid win for UNLV. That's badass, dude. That's cool.
Another team that could have had a solid win over the weekend was Kentucky.
Yep.
Where they lost to Georgia 13-12. at
Wild.
home.
That would have been a wild game. I don't ever see
I
SEC ball, dude.
I was pulling for it. The last time that Kentucky beat a number one team, we were like young kids. I remember it was late at night and my parents let me stay up, but they ended up beating LSU in like 5 or 6 overtimes. It was a crazy ass game.
See, parents don't understand either
No.
that kind of shit, dude. Like you remembered that forever.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you,
As
Marty.
as as soon as they showed the clip, I was like, I could remember exactly where I was, the flashbacks of everything.
Love it.
I think they had the hefty lefty playing for him back in the day when
Oh
that happened. I
God,
might be wrong, but I think it was
what
that
the
far
fuck is
back.
his name? He's dead now.
Tolzien or whatever, I think, or I can't
Yep.
remember. But yeah,
Is
R.I.P.
it Lorenzen?
Yeah, Lorenzen, I think, maybe.
It's something like that. Yeah, I see he's passed away though.
Yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. Hefty.
R.I.P. To say that about the K State game though, K State might be the real deal. That that long haired
A-
quarterback they got,
Avery Johnson.
pretty solid.
He hadn't
Kind
had
of
a good
scary.
game until that night either. People were kind of questioning, like, is he able to really pass or do much? Everyone knows he has speed, but they didn't know if he could throw a whole lot.
Which I mean, he runs the offense pretty solid. Like
Yeah,
I see that shit too. It's like fuck, dude. You know, at one point we're playing them. It's like
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't have any problem scoring on or leading the offense to points against
which
Zona.
Zona till the end still. Um, they did make it interesting a little bit. Like they were kind of getting some fucking scrap stats and shit that was kind of like,
Yeah,
ooh,
there's some
maybe they'll
chunk.
do something, but
Yeah,
no,
garbage time.
garbage time.
Uh,
No,
question for you, going back to this UGA Kentucky game. So, with about, I believe it was 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Kentucky has the ball at midfield. It's 4th and 13. You're down one. You're down 13-12, 4th and 13, kind of far, but you're at midfield. Do you punt it back to Georgia and hope you get a three and out? Or do you go for it right there because you're like a 21-point underdog and you got to do some underdog shit and just go for it?
so
There's only 3 minutes left. I can't remember how many timeouts they had, which might help in the scenario of the whole ordeal,
so
but
Kentucky went for it and didn't get it.
Kentucky punted it and
Oh
got the
yeah.
ball and ended up getting the ball back with like 30 seconds, and in 3 plays the game was over. They got it back at like their own 20.
See, what's
And Georgia drove down the field. Georgia got to like Kentucky's like 35-40. So they
that's
didn't
tough.
get a three and out either.
I almost,
You're an underdog. I mean,
yeah.
you're not supposed to be in this.
It's hard to answer because of what happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like obviously,
Ah.
almost now you go for it, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Knowing that you don't get the three and
Yeah,
out coming up,
but
but
obviously the defenses were stopping each other,
yeah. And
which is
I,
what he assumed. But I mean, also I don't think if your defenses are stopping each other like that, I don't know what made you think you'd fucking score even if you got the ball back with a minute,
yeah,
especially against
that's also
Georgia.
true. Yeah, yep. I mean, personally, I thought they just should have went for it. You're,
Yeah.
like I said, you're a triple touchdown underdog. Just go for it right then and there. And I mean, if you don't get it, it's still at midfield where you have a chance to still do the three and out and get the
hmm
ball back. I mean,
I wish I would have seen that now just to see
I wish I could remember how many
how
timeouts they had.
Georgia played that the
Yeah,
final
well,
possession, like
I
how
think that
we're
final runs, they ran it, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure their running back busted one, or they ran it down. They got it. I think they got it at their 20, and they made it all the way down to Kentucky's like 40. And then by the time they punted it back to Kentucky, they had maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds or so, a minute.
Well,
I
good
just
for
wanted to see
Kentucky
Georgia
though.
lose too, though.
You
Yeah.
know, dude, that's pretty wild too. It's like Georgia. I don't know. That's a whole nother fucking thing. I don't know about Georgia, dude.
They always have this one game a year where they like sleepwalk through a game and it's
They just
close and they
start
still
rolling
pull
and
it.
it's fucking
Yeah, they just pull it off. But they're a playoff team. They'll probably end up steamrolling whoever they play next week because of
Oh,
this.
shit on them.
So yeah, good luck to that team. R.I.P.
56-3.
Game that I think you were in and out of. Iowa beating Troy,
Okay,
38-21.
let's say, was it
I
Sang?
don't watch any Iowa games. I refuse
Sang,
to watch them.
Sang wasn't feeling that, and after he said, I should go back and see, exactly what I did say. You know, I don't
Oh, about
think.
the 10-2 season.
Oh yeah, but well about like I didn't actually think they would lose to Troy.
No,
I was
I don't
probably
think
just
any
being a
of us
smart
did.
ass. No, no,
It
but
would,
I mean
for a little bit there, they gave Iowa a little bit of a scare, though.
they did. But Iowa turned it on too. That Caleb Johnson kid once again.
Yeah,
He's
I was gonna
good.
say he's the truth. He's leading college football. I know it's only been 3 games, but he's leading in rushing right now.
He's one of those backs that just like I think he could play anywhere. Like
And
if I
yeah,
really do.
yeah, and more respect to him because most of the defenses they face have to
Loaded the
be
box.
expecting him to get the ball. Like we need to stop this guy. So
He's
he's doing
not
it
a small
against.
dude.
No, he's a power runner and he's got some speed on him too. He can bust it open. Pause. Uh,
Good for
but
him.
good win. Good win for Iowa. Um,
Good one for Iowa. Who do they have
I
this
was
week?
just trying to think. Let me look at my little prep sheet here that I always have. They got Minnesota.
Oh, duh! I knew that. I
Battle
knew
of
that. Did you
Floyd,
see? Did you
right?
see? Did you see that picture on Facebook? Someone in Fort Dodge, the Floyd of Rosedale out there at the pool. Did you see that?
Uh-uh.
Have you seen the big metal statue?
Yeah.
The big ass pig. Somebody the other day, I saw it on Facebook, went out there and put a big ass sign on it that had the circle, and then it said, "Not a fair catch," and then it was crossed
Oh.
out. But someone in Fort Dodge put a big ass sign of that on that pig the other day.
that
That's
that's
awesome, dude.
dope.
Iowa fans, which good for them. Like that is a badass rivalry. Like Iowa fans love the Minnesota game, and I
They
think last
got
year with the Cooper DeZean shit,
yeah.
got some bad blood for sure.
It's a revenge game.
Baggy blood, revenge game, dude.
They're 2.5 point favorites, but it's at Minnesota. But I would like Iowa.
Which I don't. Which what I've seen in the past too. I don't really think playing at Minnesota would be very fun. You know,
They do that. The one trippy thing they do is when like opposing teams' kickers are about to kick a field goal into their Videotron board, they put that sketchy gopher like on the screen board as he's trying to kick. It's like just staring him down or whatever. That would throw me off if I was trying to kick on him.
I'd be like, yeah, no thanks. Just
Yeah,
look.
you gotta close your eyes and just pray you
I
connect with the
feel like
ball.
Minnesota fans show out. I think that'll be a good game. Do you know what time
Yeah,
is that at?
I think it's like a 6:30 maybe. I think it's maybe
Oh,
closer to night. Could be
I remember.
wrong.
I remember last year it was at night. Last year we watched that at Salty Sue's for Ronnie's benefit. You should have seen
Okay.
that place explode when Cooper DeJean housed that. I'm saying I think people fucking threw some drinks in the air and shit. It was shoulder to
Fun
shoulder and it was crazy.
fun fact of that one was I was at my parents' garage watching that game with Pig and some people, and Pig had looked at my dad and he goes, "If Cooper DeJean runs this back, I'll kiss your ass."
So, but when they called it back, it was
So, but
oh
as
no,
soon as it happened, it wasn't bare ass, but it was just on the jeans. But he kissed my dad's ass,
and then
and
they called
then
it
we
back.
and then we turned to see that it got called back.
What did you say?
I can't even remember, but just the look of like
Funny,
I
I've
think he
not
was
heard
more
that
pissed that
story.
it got called back
Um,
over anything. But
well, one thing I will say with that too, isn't that absolutely wild? How Pig says shit like that and it happens.
yeah,
Like, isn't that crazy? He's like, oh, he's He's spot on with that shit. But that was a wild return. That
Yep.
was pretty crazy.
I'll stand with Iowa fans. It wasn't a fair catch.
I don't think so either. I
Yeah.
think that was a fucking bullshit, terrible call. I was at the bar with those guys. Like, no fucking way they called that a fair catch. I don't know who honestly sees that and thinks that. Like, anybody that argues it and says the rule is fucking this and that,
Yeah.
like, come on, dude. They still called what they called, which
Yeah.
caused them to lose. Like, it's just, I don't know.
With how
See, I'm obviously pissed about it too. I don't even give a
yeah,
fuck.
with how close of a game it was, and in the situation of the game that it happened in, and everything, I don't know how you throw that flag, to be honest. But
And
and
you
it's at Iowa. It's at you're at home,
crazy.
and it happens to you.
Um, you you more so. It's just kind of like how I'm an Iowa State fan. I watch Iowa play. I couldn't even tell you really the last time I've seen a regular season SEC game. Like,
Yeah.
so my point is with this, it's like I know you don't I feel like you really don't care either way. Like if Iowa wins or loses, I will say
Yeah.
I am on the Iowa train when they're not playing each other for the most part. I used to be really Iowa if they're not playing each other, but some motherfuckers have been riding my ass lately, and I don't know.
Yeah. I try not to dog Iowa. I didn't mean
No,
that as a shot when I say I don't care to watch them. It's just
no,
most of the time they're on at like 11 o'clock, and right now I'm
we're
working Saturdays,
what?
so it's like I'm gonna watch the ranked 11 o'clock game if there is one over the Iowa game. So no shot at them with that or
No.
anything, but I just don't pay a whole lot of attention to them. I put them
I
on
mean,
the
I'm gonna
pod docket because of the fan base tuning into us and stuff, but
which our best fans are Hawkeye fans.
yeah.
So
No,
we
and that's why I try to
yeah
give them love and not shit on them, but
no.
sometimes it's fun to shit on Iowa too.
They gotta understand as well that we just don't care. Like
Yeah.
we do, but they don't give a fuck either. You
Yeah,
think
yeah.
any of these Iowa guys give a shit about the Florida Gators? No.
No, they only care just
No.
to throw shit back at me.
Yeah.
That's why I throw shit at them. It's just we care to
Which
see each other's teams do bad so we can talk crap to each other.
and then a lot of the times, especially after that last bowl game between you guys, like
Yeah, I
when
still
you
have that
start,
in the back
oh yeah,
pocket.
when you
All I
start,
gotta do is 30 to
yeah,
3.
like
30 to 3. I
sometimes,
was there
yeah, you were there, and so were they,
in person.
and so were they.
I was on the car ride getting talked to, and then while we were down there, the 2 extra days before the game, being told this and that what I was going to do to us. And then you should have seen the tone change after that game. No one wanted to talk about the game.
Oh no, I will. Okay, I'll fucking go with that too. And
We're getting off on a random rant here
yeah,
about
well,
Iowa
no,
here,
it's
but
about Iowa, and we're gonna dig ourselves a hole. So we just, I just feel like there's no support coming my way from that way either. Other
no,
than like I said last weekend, about the Iowa State shit. Like, yeah, people were cool about Iowa State winning, but like I said, I completely understand that in the same aspect as well. Like, oh, okay, they finally got one.
yeah,
Like, why would they really care?
yeah.
Like, so I understand that too, but, you know,
All in all, shout out all our Iowa
yep,
listeners.
yep,
It's
you
all
can't
love,
say,
all love.
you can't, I've never met a fan base so pissed off about winning 10 games, though. I've just,
This thing's gonna send you the graphic about how Ferenc has only won like 10 games in the last 10 years or whatever it showed.
well, he's been coaching the same team for 26,
Yeah.
so the odds are going to be either or. But like I said
Um,
to them, or like I said when fucking shout out Stang, when you sent that graphic, it's like all I saw was all winning seasons.
winning seasons,
That's
yeah.
all I saw.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Can't be mad, I guess, if you have a winning season.
No.
But it's always good to have expectations.
But I understand as well if you're used to winning and you go 10-2 and don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
High
You should
expectations are great because they're a good program.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd rather I'm a Florida fan and people call us spoiled because of our expectations, which we'll get to Florida here shortly, but it's like we have those expectations because our team's done that before.
Well, and you've seen it. You've
And
seen them win titles and
yeah,
shit. Like,
But like we've seen them have the winning seasons like Iowa, like 10-2, and maybe
mhm.
it's because we've done it before. But it's like you got to do that here, or else you're gone. And like
Yep,
for a
and Iowa
while,
is
a
the
lot of
same.
Iowa fans, yeah, a lot of Iowa fans though, for a while, it's like we'll never get rid of Ferenc. And now you can see people kind of starting to turn a little bit,
A
like
little bit,
you know,
because I think a lot of it was, especially from the years they've had, the year against Michigan State. Like they were ranked
yeah,
fourth at one time that year. Like fucking college football top four.
fake
Like,
ID,
yeah, that was the fake ID
yeah,
year.
yeah,
But
Colin Coward,
it's like I think things how you just said how they're turning this year. I think if they didn't go 10-2 last year, it would be different. But
yeah,
like I've said before with Kirk Ferentz, it's like this is what we were talking about with Stang. It's like, do you fire someone that went 10-2 and didn't accomplish anything, and then hire somebody who doesn't win at all? It's like, what do you do? Like, you're still winning,
oh,
you
trust me,
know?
brother, I've been there.
Yeah, like I don't.
I've watched Will Muschamp go 10-2, and then the next year go 4-8, and then be fired. Or well, not maybe
Yeah,
the next year, but a year or two later, go 4-8 and be fired after going 10-2 just a few years ago.
and I really believe Kirk Ferentz could never do that. Like I think it would take Kirk Ferentz to step down because I don't think he would ever lose 8 games, dude.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah,
maybe he has in the past, but I'm saying now, I
no,
think,
yeah,
not to glaze him too much because we've been on a pretty good Iowa segment, which I don't
yeah.
care.
We need to
Our best
switch
fans
this
are Iowa
quick.
fans. We might as well give them some airtime, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It's just like whatever, whatever. We'll move on.
Well, something that will make me happy to talk about. Memphis sends FSU to an 0-3 start, beating them 20-12 in Tallahassee.
That's wild. That's
Some are
wild.
Some are saying that they are cursed until that man eats the shit. That they will not win a game until that FSU fan who says he eats the shit.
I was seeing that shit
Uh,
on X and stuff. Like people were saying, like Florida State probably needs to bench that dude.
Oh
Like,
yeah, DJ. Well,
yeah,
here's the thing: the backup I watched play, he did beat Florida, but Florida was pretty bad towards the end of last year, and he didn't beat us. Their running game beat us. He didn't pass for a whole lot, and then he passed for like 50 or 80 yards against Louisville the next week. So their backup isn't really that great unless he developed, which I'm guessing he didn't since he's not the starter. So I don't know if they got a great backup option to go to. I think DJU's probably the best QB they have, and that's not a good QB at all.
no, nope. He's missed a lot of throws that if he probably should have won that Georgia Tech game. He just played like shit.
Oh yeah, they play very bad, and it's awesome. I've bet against them every week. They just win me money because they suck so
Money,
bad.
money, money.
They might be worse than Florida, and Florida's up next. Don't get me wrong, we're terrible, but I think FSU might have us beat. And segue into Florida being terrible, we lose to Texas A&M. We lose
Ah, we
33-20.
talked all that shit. That's
Billy
it.
Napier has lost more games in the swamp than Urban Meyer and Steve Spurrier combined.
Oh
And he's
man,
only in year 3.
that's a bad number.
Oh, especially because the swamp's supposed to be the one place you don't lose.
What did you
That's a tough
say?
place to go to.
What did you say the other day? I don't remember it was something about was it 1959?
1949, Billy Napier has
49?
the worst quarterback, or not quarterback, the worst record as a Florida head coach since 1949.
That's unreal, dude.
And that means you're a dead man walking.
The thing is, do you think it's a mid-season thing? Like, do you think, say you lose this week?
Oh man, if he loses this week to Mississippi State, who just lost to Toledo Toledo just walked into Starkville, I'm pretty sure last week. I'm pretty sure it was at Mississippi State and beat Mississippi State 41-14.
Where's it at?
It's at Mississippi State.
Ooh,
The cowbells are annoying. Um, but yeah, if you lose to a team who just got their doors blown off by a Maction team of Toledo, then I think you fire Billy Napier as soon as the plane arrives back in Gainesville that night.
It's just so, it's such a wild thing. But you also said what would his buyout be?
His buyout right now would
Millions.
be 26 million.
And see, it's like it's the same thing as Ed Orgeron, dude. You know what I mean? Like yeah, it sucks you're not coaching, but fuck it, dude. You tell me
I've
you're gonna buy me
always
out, bye.
I've always said that I know nobody wants to be a bad head coach, but one of the greatest jobs in America to have is being a college head or an NFL, well, college. I don't think they have buyouts like that in the NFL. So a college head coach. That's probably one of the greatest jobs in America to have because yes, it is stressful. Yes, it probably does suck at times, but even if you suck, you're gonna get paid so much money that you don't have to
Oh
work
yeah.
again. You'll never have to work coach again. One bad coaching, I mean, you do all that work to get to that level, I guess, but like you get one good gig and you suck and they have to buy you out, you're done.
Think about you going to work tomorrow and
Yeah.
you walk in to get your mail or whatever it may be. They fucking tell you, Dylan, we're done with your ass. You have to go home. Here's $21 million.
Oh no, what am I
See
gonna
ya.
do? What will I
Auburn.
do with
It's just crazy. It's a win-win, dude. Like it's a
it?
cool thing to tell people. It's a
Yeah.
great job. You're a millionaire. Like
So what that you sucked? You'll
so
get maybe
okay.
another job at a lower level again.
What if I got one for you? What if they
Uh,
win by like 50?
you,
Then what? On the road.
um,
Just this ifs.
win by 50. It doesn't really do a lot because, like I said, it's Mississippi State. So yeah, maybe you don't fire him for another week.
Oh God, is he hot seated like that?
Oh, as so what I saw on Twitter, it was the same guy who broke the Dan Mullen firing like days
Oh
before Florida
no.
actually fired him.
And
And
you knew that too.
this guy 4 days ago tweeted that per his sources, Florida has already it's a done deal. Like he's supposed to be fired already, is per his
Are the Urban
sources.
Meyer rumors true?
So hold on.
Or sorry.
We'll get to all this. Don't worry. I got a big spiel. People like
Okay.
to see me in pain, so this is their time to see me in pain about all this. Florida's big ass. Billy Napier supposedly a dead man coming, but here's the biggest thing we need to change. You need to fire the AD. Scott Strickland's
Oh
gotta
God.
go. He's gotta
Dylan's
go.
ruining families tonight.
But the reason is you can't. He's already on hot water because he's already hired Mullen and Napier. And Mullen was actually a pretty decent coach, but it ended up not working out great. So he's already had to fire two coaches. And if you're a big time AD at these programs, they don't normally let you get a third dud hire in.
So
So you could try and kill the hire, but then a lot of top coaches want to go to a place with stability. So if you have an AD who's in hot water, like a big name might be turned off by coming to that because he's like, if he gets fired, a new AD comes in and he might want to hire a new guy.
yep. And then everything fucking restarts.
So exactly. So if Florida's serious about trying to get back on the pace of like the Georgias and Bamas and Ohio States and all these teams that are doing so well, even fucking Miami now, you need to fire Scott Strickland
I
along
just
with Billy Napier.
which I understand Florida's up there with that as well. But I just don't get how like anybody's I know things revamp and Florida was up there. I just don't get now like how Georgia ever changes. Like I don't
Every
understand.
it when Kirby, it might be until when Kirby steps down, but we'll see in a couple years how Alabama does. But I mean,
Hmm.
once you lose a top tier coach, like probably nobody could have saw that with Florida back in the day after Urban Meyer left. Will Muschamp was supposed to be this stud up and coming coach who could recruit just as well as Meyer almost, but he just couldn't ever find an offensive coordinator to run his offenses. He would have elite defenses and we couldn't score points and he got canned. So it just takes one bad hire to just derail the whole system after a coach leaves.
So I guess to go with the question, you're good. Say you beat Mississippi State, which you
Yeah,
think you should, right? What is
we're
Vegas?
favored. Vegas has us -5.5. It's crazy to think we're favored, but Mississippi's. I'm dubbing this week the Ass Bowl. It's two ass. It's two ass teams
That's unreal.
fighting it out to
Don't
see
shit on
who's
your
less
boys too
ass.
much, though. Damn.
It's it's
Are you gonna be
bad.
one of the? Are you gonna be like the Iowa fans and fucking call it the ass bowl, and you'll still make a bowl game and still win 7 games?
We won't make a bowl game.
Really?
No, we have the toughest schedule in college football.
When's
It
the
doesn't get
last
easier
time?
from this.
When's the last time Florida hasn't made a bowl game?
Oh, Jim McElwain's last year, so like 4 or 5 years ago,
Oh,
6.
okay. That's wild.
Or no, last year.
Oh, really?
Last year we didn't make a bowl. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Damn.
That's how bad Napier is. It
He's
almost
got to
made me
go.
forget.
He's got to
So
go.
to go along with those, I think he's already a dead man. So there's a site out there that already has the odds of Florida's new coaches, like who somewhere in Vegas thinks the odds favorite. If this man who is the favorite is hired, I'll be pissed.
Why?
Downright pissed. Jamie Chadwell is the odd favorite. He's the head coach at Liberty, and he coached at Coastal
Oh,
Carolina before that. But I don't want another mid-program coach. Jim
no.
McElwain didn't cut it. Billy Napier definitely hasn't cut it. Like, don't give me these up-and-comers from the mid-tier to try and come to Florida and do something. Don't
Lane
want him.
Kiffin?
Lane Kiffin second,
Lane
plus
Kiffin?
500. We want the Lane train. I want him. It's
Well,
it's basically Lane Kiffin or die for me in a way. I don't want
poor
to
old
attach
man.
myself to that, but it's Lane Kiffin. That's who I want. He's the second top favorite. There might be a few others that I like on this list that I could wrap my brain around and be okay with, but he's the top. He's number one on Dillon. If I'm the AD, I'm throwing everything I got at him. That's my guy.
What did what were those rumors saying? Something about boosters and 15 to
The
16 million.
rumors. So the rumors are Florida boosters already have the 26 million to go. We already got it for Billy. We're ready to hand it out.
Wow.
And the rumor is if we win, we step away from Billy. That the boosters and everyone inside the program donating the money wants a proven head coach. So they want a guy from the Power Four. So Lane Kiffin, I think, is right there at the top of the list for him. And from the rumors from all the talking heads around, they say if Florida comes knocking, Lane Kiffin will go like that.
Oh God.
But
To
that
another team.
scares me. That scares me because a lot of people are already saying like, "Oh, if they do this." And here's another funny thing. I saw a video today when Florida was firing Dan Mullen. They were talking and whatever, and Mullen told them that they should go out and hire Lane Kiffin.
Oh
He
God.
told them that they should have done that 3 years ago. Because now we're in a situation where Lane Kiffin has Ole Miss ranked in like the top 10,
Yep.
top 5.
Solid
Like,
squad.
so it's hard to imagine that he might step away. But that's my guy. Some other guys that I would be kind of okay with. Matt Rule at Nebraska. That dude just seems to win wherever he goes. I don't know if he
Oh,
fits Florida culture.
that dude might retire there. He seems like he loves that place.
Drinkowitz at Mizzou is the fourth best odds. He's kind of a nerdy looking coach, but
Damn.
he's got Missouri in the top 10. So I mean,
He
he might
has a
know what he's
fucking
doing.
solid roster though too of
Yep.
guys that developed.
Uh, my other coach, if we couldn't get Lane Kiffin, was Urban Meyer, like you hinted at. But
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, Urban Meyer was on a pod,
I
and
did see that.
he said the ship sailed on that one. He doesn't want to ruin his legacy.
Damn.
Which I feel like his legacy was kind of ruined with Jacksonville. So what's the best thing to do to restore your legacy is go back to a program where you won 2 natties and restore them to greatness again.
Forever.
But
It's a lot of pressure.
I don't know if his style of coaching would work now with the transfer portal the way it is either. Everyone's always said Urban's been a tough SOB, and he'll push everybody to the breaking point, almost like a drill sergeant.
He'll just leave.
Yeah, so people might leave on him. So that's what it's all. It's Lane Kiffin or die right now. If Billy Napier loses this Saturday, I want him fired as soon as he gets back to Gainesville. And this is what you do. This is what you do. You fire him, and then you make Brandon Spikes the interim head coach. He's on the
Yes.
staff already. He knows what Gator football is. Maybe they rally and can win a few games with him as the interim head coach. That's what I would do.
Fun fact: Brandon Spikes follows me on X.
Hell yeah, that's my boy. Love Spikes.
I always see he tweets and shit like he's been going to school and stuff the last year.
Yeah, he's been going to school at Florida.
Yeah, so good for him.
So that's what I would do. But we'll see what happens. Moving on to this week, tomorrow night, Illinois versus Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska 8-point favorites at Nebraska, night game.
That'll be a
I'm kind of
cool.
looking forward to that one.
Yeah. What is it? 6 o'clock kickoff? 7. It's 7.
7.
I saw it earlier. It's 7. That'll be a great 7 o'clock game.
Is it weird that Raiola's look, his pregame stuff, and everything is Patrick Mahomes?
It's what I think.
Is he cosplaying to be Patrick?
Well, who was it I saw? It might have been PFT. I don't know. Someone was saying, maybe it was McAfee as well. One of those guys were saying that they love that the Raiola dude doesn't even acknowledge that shit.
Yeah.
Like, people will ask him that, blah, blah, blah. But what I think is crazy, and this is what I've been thinking, it's like, are we really that old almost, and to the point now where is like people say that shit about Raiola, but it's like, what is the difference from when we were kids and we wanted to be so and so, so and so? It's like, I just think that's where we're at now.
I think the weirder thing with him, though, the way he does it is he has the same facial hair, he has the same haircut, he wears the one arm sleeve on the one arm and no arm sleeve on the other one. He wears 15. He plays for a school that's red.
Yep.
He does the pregame pump up celebration.
That's what I mean, dude. I just think a lot of people don't fucking really fathom how old we are getting.
Yeah.
And I mean, Patrick Mahomes is probably 8 or 9, maybe more years older than that kid. And maybe more. Maybe he's 10 years older than him, but that's just, that's a whole decade, dude.
It's not the worst thing in the world to cosplay as the best quarterback in the NFL either.
No. Which I'm not sticking up for Mahomes, Mahomes can fuck off, but
I think I kind of like Nebraska in that game. Illinois ranked 24th, but I like Nebraska.
From what I saw last week with, I don't know, dude. I think maybe it's hard to say, which maybe I'm cursing them here, but I think Nebraska might actually be pretty fucking good. And I hate them.
Yeah. Why do you hate them? Big 12 stuff still?
Oh, dude, fucking right. I remember when I was a kid. This is a true story. When I was a kid, and I was raised to be an Iowa State fan by my mom. I remember it was always my mom would watch games, do this. It was always, fuck Nebraska. I remember my mom, even growing up, she had Iowa State license plates. I wish I still had it, but it said TTFN. And TTFN Iowa State plates, she used to always tell me, too tough for Nebraska. She used to always tell me that. That's why she did it. I've never forgotten TTFN, dude. Ever.
I think I remember that.
Yep, I've never forgotten that. TTFN is a great abbreviation.
Arkansas State coming to town against the number 20 Cyclones.
Yep, I've harped on this a little bit.
Point favorites.
I've harped on this a little bit. The even when Purdy was playing and shit, I'm a firm believer in the ranked curse for Iowa State. You rank us, we will play like shit. It comes with it.
Arkansas Do you expect them to be in a dogfight?
They're 2-1.
But who have they played?
I saw the interview just last night of Arkansas State's coach, and he's fucking ready, dude. Like I watched
He's,
his little interview, and I was like, fuck. But
I
you know how
mean,
I am too. I don't like to say too
yeah,
much about that shit.
I think Iowa State should cover.
I
I
would
mean,
hope at least cover, but like I said, in
I
the
would just hope
past,
for a win in general, but
I
you
would
would think
love
cover.
anybody. Speaking of that, sack Will McDonald. Um,
Hell yeah.
uh, anybody that fact checks or whatever this, I would love to see Iowa State's all-time record win and losses being ranked. I would love to see
Mm.
it. True question. Like
You might have
even
said,
Purdy coming into the year ranked seventh.
yeah, that
You
was a
know,
bad
like
year. That was the year they lost to Billy Napier and the Raging Cajuns.
yeah,
That's what put Billy Napier on the fucking map. Thanks,
Raging
thanks for
Cajuns
losing to
fucking
him.
house to punt,
Yeah,
house to kick,
and they
and they
blocked a
might
punt.
have picked sixed us.
Oh,
That's how we lost. Was they house
yeah,
to punt
yeah,
and house to kick? That
yeah.
absolutely shit on us. I couldn't believe it. I was watching that on my phone at a wedding.
So yeah,
Couldn't believe it.
don't let Arkansas State do the same thing that the
I'm
Ragens did.
nervous. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff, and I'm telling you, my kid has a
Soccer.
doubleheader soccer.
Yeah.
I'll be done probably about 1, like right around kickoff. Oh
Oh God, is there another man walking outside the garage?
no! I'll fucking throw shit at him. Uh,
Oh.
I'm revolving my entire day around Saturday, that 1 p.m.
Yeah,
game, and then
it's gonna.
it'll be good. It'll roll into the Iowa game.
Yep, yep.
You know, it'll be maybe an hour and a half little break, but I can handle that. Do real life shit. It'll be a good Saturday. I'm excited we're
Yeah.
playing. I'll
There's
say
some
that.
good. It's a good Saturday slate too because you also have number 11 USC -5 points going to Michigan, number 18
Ooh,
Michigan. I like USC. I believe in that game. They got their quarterbacks pretty dang good. Their defense has actually looked. I don't know if LSU's all of that, but their defense looked way more improved against them than years past. So I don't trust Michigan either. I think they're starting that orgy guy,
damn.
and I've seen him pass the ball, and it doesn't look pretty.
I
He's a
don't
hell of
trust
a
him
runner
either.
with it, but
I don't trust him either.
Michigan's defense has looked suspect. So I'd take USC if I had to lean one way.
USC.
Uh, the old man bowl, number 12 Utah versus number 14 Oklahoma State.
No.
Guess guess the combined age of the two. If Cam, I've seen reports that Cam Rising might not be playing, but if Cam Rising plays, guess the age of the two quarterbacks combined, like how old they would be.
48.
Close, 49.
Damn it. I was
25 and
thinking.
24-year-olds at QB
Okay.
for that game.
How old are they?
Cam Rising's 25,
Okay.
and Oklahoma State's, I can't remember his name, but he's transferred like 3 different times. He's 24.
That's
And the
24,
game,
24 and 25-year-olds playing against like 18 and 19-year-olds.
and think about this. Caleb Williams goes against Anthony Richardson this weekend. Their
Mm-hmm.
combined age is only like 46.
I
So
also
two guys
saw.
in college are older than two NFL quarterbacks.
I also saw on Sunday. So Brock Purdy, all that. Brock Purdy's already been drafted. Plays for the 49ers. Been in. Well, I guess he didn't play in the Super Bowl. But goddamn, who is it? They were in the same high school recruiting class, but two of them
Are they
that were
still
above
playing?
him, huh? Yeah, they're still
Are
playing in
they still
college. They
playing?
play each
Yeah.
other this weekend. That's what I saw. Like that's
Uh,
crazy, dude.
the
We're at
biggest.
45 minutes and we're still on
Yeah,
college football.
I know, I know. We went on a
Oh,
big fucking
we
Iowa rant
did.
today.
We did. That was good though. We had to show them some love at least once.
Tennessee versus Oklahoma is the big night game.
Yep, I'm excited for that one too.
Tennessee's a 7-point favorite. Their
Really?
coach, Heupel, was a quarterback at Oklahoma and was an offensive coordinator there and got fired by Bob Stoops back in 2014. So he probably has some revenge. I kind of like Oklahoma, though, in this game. I don't know to outright win, but maybe keep it within 7. It's at Oklahoma at night. Norman's a tough place to play. Venables was on that staff, too, so he knows what Heupel likes to do. And it's the Tennessee kid, that Nico kid's first true road game. So
that'll be a good one. I'm
yeah.
excited for that one as well.
So NFL last week when we were doing this, Tua suffers another concussion.
Yeah.
You did the Tua fingers.
Ah.
Kind of out of pocket. Oh, did it again. Okay.
He fucking knew what he signed up for.
That man needs to retire.
He does. He needs to go away.
He needs to take his guaranteed like 120 million and just call it a career.
Yep, I would. Bye.
The Bills rolled them though. Wasn't ever close. Game that was close this past weekend, the Chiefs Bengals. They squeaked by 26-25. Was it pass interference?
I mean, almost. You know, the track record was kind of bad, but when you actually like watch it throughout the week, it was pretty bad. Like it was a good call, I feel.
No, it was a good call. He got
Yeah.
there. You have the right to play the ball, but he got there way too
Early.
early to
It's one of
even be
those
playing
things
the
where it's
ball.
like you see people on social media bitch and bitch and bitch, and then you actually watch it and you're like, dude, that was a fucking PI. Like,
I
what are
think
you talking about?
I don't know how many times the Bengals have played at Arrowhead since Eli Apple called it Burrowhead, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they
fucking
haven't won
losers.
since that's happened.
No,
Maybe 0-2, 0-3.
that's why you don't do that shit.
Yep. Fueled the fire.
Yep.
Talking about fueling a fire, the Saints roll the Cowboys 44-19.
You see
Derek
Derek Carr
Carr
got
is
fucking.
elite.
You see Derek Carr got fined 14 bands for the dick grab.
Oh no, not Marshawn
Yeah.
Lynch home my dick.
Oh yeah, they fined him 14 bands, dude.
Stang sent me a snap. It was kind of funny. It was about Derek Carr. And in election years, Derek Carr is like some stud, like having amazing seasons. So it goes back 2016. That was
What
the
a
year.
fun. Yeah, the Raiders went
That
12 and
was
4.
Yep, and he
Yeah.
threw for like almost 4,000 yards,
Yeah.
like 20
He
some
was
touchdowns,
almost up
like
for the
7
MVP till he broke his
interceptions.
leg.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was 2016. Then 2020, he threw for 4K passing yards, had his best
That was a good
QBR
year.
of his career.
Yep.
Yep, and now 2024,
Oh
he's come
god.
out the first 2 games and just lit up. Something about an election year
Lead,
gets Derek Carr fired up, man.
lead election Derek, damn it.
Yeah, every 4. That's where Stang said. That's why he wears the number 4 because every 4 years he turns it on.
Oh god. How about his replacement? How about his replacement Minshew going 30 of 38
Hey,
and beating the
we,
Ravens?
I was gonna say we can get to that right now. It was the Q curse of the week.
Yep. Fuck the
The
Ravens.
Raiders were about a 9.5, 8.5, somewhere
Dude,
around there,
have
point
you actually
underdogs.
seen? Maybe I doubt you've seen it. I liked it on X, and I'll tag you in it later. It's like a 20-second video of Max Crosby against the Ravens last weekend.
Was he
He ate
eating?
the Ravens alive, dude. I'm saying like damn near every single play. You should
Well,
see
it's
it. I'll
it's because
tag
he
you in
went
it.
missing last week,
Yep. Well,
the
because
week
Joe
before
Alt's
that already. I
unreal.
mean, yeah, Joe Alt delete.
I saw that Joe Alt dude this week did the same shit.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a
Yep.
Joe Thomas dude.
Yep.
He's gonna be a good one.
I did curse the Ravens though. The
You
Raiders beat
did.
the Ravens on the road.
And we'll get to that because Stang asked for something along the lines he wanted me to do, and I
Oh
will
god.
accept what he wanted me to do with that. But are the Vikings
Speaking of
good?
Stang, speaking of
No.
Stang,
Well,
earlier
okay, yeah. Go
earlier
on.
he messaged me on Xbox randomly. I hope he hears this.
Oh
But he
God.
messaged me on Xbox and said something like Stimmy Stim engaged or something. So I reported his message for sexual harassment.
Oh no. Oh no.
And every time they do that, they like ban people's communication.
Oh, you're
So
ruining
update
lives.
coming.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Coming
Speaking of
soon.
also staying, the Steelers finally scored a touchdown last week. They only
Oh,
scored
about
one, but
time.
they beat the Broncos, and that's all that matters.
The
They're 2
Broncos
and
are
0.
absolute. That's why all these Steelers
Yeah,
fans are talking shit.
yeah.
I
Uh,
didn't even want to fucking say that because we play them twice. So
a team that I thought that was going to be asked this year, are the Vikings good? Like they beat
I
the
think
Niners.
I think Sam Darnold might have it figured out,
Uh,
dude.
I owe Tool an apology. I think I said that I think I was like I'm not worried about this team at all. They're going to be
Yeah, it was
bad,
wild to say that. I
and
even
now they're
said,
2 and
"Ooh."
0. Now they're
I
2 and
even said,
0.
"Ooh." I
So
think Sam Darnold's got it figured out. Jefferson left though.
yeah, I think he's
Not
okay
good.
this week though. But towards that last drive, he didn't have Addison, Jefferson, and Hawkinson still out. So like the three big targets on offense, he didn't have, and he made like this. It was a hell of a pass. I'll give him credit for it.
That throw he threw to Jefferson for that like 97-yard tutter, a hand in his face, all that shit was unreal, dude.
Yep.
Unreal.
Um, Green Bay beats the Colts
Yep.
16-10.
I think
Malik
the Colts.
Willis,
I think the Colts might actually be pretty bad. But Malik Willis is.
is he elite?
It was funny when you were coaching the Sharks game. The Malik Willis was playing well. He was
Yeah.
driving the field, and then I said, "Yeah, they're actually playing pretty well." And Josh Jacobs fumbled on the goal line. As
Yeah,
soon as I
curse.
said that,
He still rushed for 150
he
that
did.
game, but he hasn't scored yet, so that cursed him of his first
That's
touchdown in Green
wild.
Bay.
It did. That should have been a tutty.
Yeah. But yeah, Willis goes 12 for 14, 122 yards and one
Look at
touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers' pupils.
He's on that ayahuasca. But I believe Malik Willis now has more touchdown passes than Caleb Williams on the season. So that's always fun when a number one draft pick for your
Fuck Caleb
rival hasn't
Williams.
thrown a touchdown yet.
Fuck Kaylee Williams.
Um, I was going to have Logan talk about this so we can just briefly touch on it. The Cards crushed the Rams 41-10. The
Marvin
Rams are
Harrison Jr.
out
is
like
unreal.
everybody. Marvin Harrison Jr. had the breakout game. He's going to be a good one. Don't have much else to say. Logan's team's probably somewhat cooked until some people can
Mm-hmm.
start getting back. I don't know how long their injuries are. I just know they're down a lot of people.
Some of those guys, it seems like that fucking Super Bowl year,
Yeah.
they went all in, and now they're kind of feeling the effects of
Hey,
it.
I mean that I as a fan, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad with that though.
No.
Like you're guaranteeing me a Super Bowl.
In their
Okay.
stadium, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Back to back
yeah.
years. Yeah. Like back to
Um
back years, the team won a Super Bowl in their shit. Bucks
and
couldn't.
then and then a game you turned off too soon. Philly
Oh,
chokes to the Falcons.
Kirk
Phil
Chains.
the Eagles pull the Falcons. Normally
Yep.
it's the Falcons choking, and I think with like 5 minutes left in that game, Philadelphia had a 97 point like something win percentage
Yep.
chance. So it was awesome to kind of see the late drive by Kirk, just getting rid of that primetime choke narrative.
Aaron Rodgers loves Alan Lazard. Loves Alan Lazard. New York Cyclones. I love it.
Game of the weeks or games for this week. Eagles versus Saints.
I think
Eagles
that'll be a
opened
good
up
one.
Eagles opened up as like a 3 point favorite, like maybe a week or so ago, and now the Saints are 2.5 point favorites. I think it will be good, but this would be the time I'd buy high on the Eagles. They're
Yep.
coming off an embarrassing loss. The Saints are rolling, almost due for a letdown game. I think the Eagles might win that one.
I think it'll
Uh,
make it a good game in itself as well.
yeah. Texans 2-0 versus the Vikings, who are 2-0. Texans
That'll be
favored
a
by
good game.
2. I think that will be a good game.
Who is
Um,
prime time this week? Sunday.
ooh.
I fucked up on that too.
I don't know who plays Sunday night. I know there's 2 Monday night games.
Hey Siri.
No way.
Doesn't
Get
work.
out of here. Yep.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Uh,
Fuck. Logan last minute not doing this really threw us off. I mean
uh,
that's a whole
that
nother person
yeah,
talk.
that's a dynamic that Logan would actually throw
Yep.
out. He would know that. Um, Ravens versus Cowboys. Ravens 0-2, Cowboys 1-1. Ravens are a 1-point favorite right now.
Both teams are playing kind of bad.
Both teams are
Lose
playing
to the
kind of
Raiders
bad.
at home, dude. You're playing bad. Just the
Think I
way it
kind of
is.
think I kind of like the Ravens that game.
Lamar needs to do something.
Yeah.
Lamar's
Uh,
one of those guys that MVPs or not, people will have him on the hot seat. The Ravens, people like the
yeah.
Ravens, dude.
That Ravens are like my favorite AFC
Yep.
team, if you could say that. I've always kind of been down with them, but yeah, Lamar needs to do something quick because his playoff wins aren't. He doesn't have
Nope.
many of them. Green Bay versus the Titans. Titans are 2.5-point favorites, and I saw a report that Love is possible to play this week,
Ooh. Are
which
you nervy, pervy?
I'd rather sit him and let Willis play against his former team and then let Love come back maybe week 3. If he's this close to maybe even playing week 2, why not just let him rest and wait for another week?
Might
I
as
like
well.
the I like the revenge factor, and it was my hot take that Green Bay would go above 500 with Malik Willis. So if he can go 2-0, then
You're
I was
almost
thinking he
there.
was going to play. I was thinking he was going to play for 6 weeks, but if he can go 2-0 and be done after 2, then I'm at 100% hit rate with
You're
that.
good. Then you called it.
Yeah. Uh, Panthers versus Raiders. I guess we can end with that one. It made the list just because you're a Raiders fan. It's not good. It shouldn't be a great game. The Raiders should handle them, right?
Yeah, it's one
Panthers
of
are
those
very
though.
bad.
It's one of those that you assume that, and then they don't.
The Red Rifle, he's starting.
Oh
They
God,
the
not
Panthers
anymore.
after 18 games, I believe it was, have benched Bryce Young.
They might be.
They
I
might
hate
have
to
made the
say
worst
this.
trade in the NFL.
They might
But
be the worst team in the league this year, right
oh,
next to the Giants. I'm not really sure.
yeah, those two are duking it out for
Yeah,
who can be the worst. I think yeah, the Panthers are worse though.
Giants are
I don't
really
think that's
bad.
I don't think you're wrong by saying that.
No.
But I
Should we
think
do?
that's about the only games. There's one thing I want to talk to you about because
Ooh,
sometimes I like throwing these wild topics out just to get your reaction. So
ooh.
have you seen the P Diddy news?
Yes. That shit's crazy. I actually just watched that video earlier. I was like, okay, like people on X and all this, they say this and that and this. And I was scrolling on TikTok earlier, and then it was the actual, like, whatever the lady is reading the indictment. Like, this is the sealed indictment. Now we're opening it. I was like, Jesus, this is actually real.
Did you see what they caught or raided from his house?
What was it, like a thousand bottles
A
of baby oil?
thousand bottles of baby oil.
What a
That that
psychopath.
should be automatically 25 to life right there.
Well,
If
I
you have a
mean,
thousand bottles of baby oil, nothing good's coming out of that.
what you do
Nothing good.
what you do in your house is what you do in your house.
Except when you're drugging people and videotaping
Yes.
them and maybe allegedly sex trafficking
And then the
and
prostitution for hiring people to come over there. Like,
doing parties called freak offs
you know
and
what's that freak off shit's wild. What
yeah,
you know what's
yeah.
crazy is Emily and I, maybe a couple months ago, this is true. We were scrolling through TV and stuff, and I want to say it was the BET Awards, but they give an award out to artists and stuff that is.
Oh, don't tell me Diddy got it.
Oh, he did, dude. It was like a lifetime achievement award or
Oh
some shit.
no.
Oh, dude,
Oh
he had like a
no.
20 minute concert.
Things
He
that
did a
didn't age well.
he did a speech, all that shit. Like,
Oh,
I couldn't believe it, dude. Yeah, me and Emily were talking about that today. I was like, we just watched that.
he's
Like,
a
they were just praising him
yeah.
on the highest level, dude.
He was a diabolical man. Very
Yes, and he
diabolical.
does kind of have some bangers, dude. I was thinking this. I swear to God, the Bad Boys for Life song and shit. Yeah.
Uh,
And I haven't, I swear, not even to be cringe, I haven't even read that anywhere. I was thinking about it the other day because it came
yeah.
up on my Apple Music. The Bad Boys for Life shit. I was like, dude, that's a whole different meaning now.
Yep.
That dude's
I'm
a
coming
pervert.
home's gonna sound different. He's coming home to jail. That's the place where he belongs, damn dude.
What a way to ruin his life, dude.
Yeah, they didn't
Fuck
let
that
him
weirdo.
go out on bond or anything, so he's stuck in jail. Like he's locked up. They should not let that man out.
At least he lived his life to the fullest before then.
Yeah, yeah. 1,000 bottles of baby. A
What I
thousand
haven't seen,
bottles of baby oil is wild. That's just evil work.
what I haven't seen, and I could be wrong too. I haven't seen anything about minors and shit. So,
That I haven't seen yet either. Hopefully that
you
didn't
know, I was
happen.
thinking this. Like,
Drug your weird friends who are adults.
I understand the like, what do I want to say here
Oh God, just say
without
it.
this shit?
No,
Well, I'm
just say.
trying to think.
Oh, I don't
Like,
know. Maybe you shouldn't.
I get the prostitution shit, like
Okay.
going across state lines and all that, but it's like the what did they call them? The
The freak off parties.
the freak off parties. It's like, so you just mean to tell me that none of those people knew that they were going there to do that? You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, I'm sure there was a
That's what
lot of
I'm
people
saying.
who
It's
knew.
like, so why the
Yeah,
fuck does that matter? You
yeah.
know? Like, I'm not sticking
That
up for the dude. I'm just
no,
confused.
it's just evil. I'm sure there were some people though who didn't know exactly what they were signing up for, and then they decided to drink the drink Diddy handed them, and next thing you
Oh,
know, you're waking up 12 hours later in a place you don't want to be.
don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Don't
So
drink it.
I just wanted to throw that off just to see if you had
Yeah, that dude's a pervert, dude.
Q curse of the week. Na-na-na, na-na-na. Uh Grant wanted me to track
Oh God.
if you bet 1 unit a game on your curse of the week, how well it does. So going back from last week, your curse of the week right now, 1-0. If you took money line, you would be up plus 3.5 units. And if you took the spread, you'd be up a unit. So right now, the floor is yours, Q. Who we cursing this week? Da-na-na-na-na. There's Monday and there's Tuesday. There's Wednesday and there's Thursday. There's Friday and there's Saturday. And then there's days of the week. I know you didn't freeze. Get out of here, dude. You can't do the fake lay.
Oh, I'm gonna curse the fucking Steelers this week.
Oh no!
I'm
Oh
cursing the Steelers. That's what you get for messaging me on Xbox, stupid.
no!
Some
Oh,
Nobody's messaged me on Xbox in 4 years. I looked today. You fucked yourself.
oh, there we go. There we go. We'll see if Stank wants to follow. Hey, it's a
Yeah.
profitable. It's a profitable bet right now.
That's
I
what he
mean, you're
gets.
up
That
three
dude's
and a
been
half.
gone all week. Fuck the Steelers.
So there we go. Steelers are the curse of the week, and I'll provide my lock of the week. It is going to be Cal. Cal plus two and a
Okay.
half against Florida State. 3-0 against uh with betting against Florida State. So we're rolling with it some more. Give me Cal.
I like that.
Do you
I
have
like it
any
a lot.
trivia? Nothing. I don't think I have
When
trivia. Or what was your
when
answer to last week? Sorry,
was it
the
it was the April
MLB.
Fools?
Yeah,
So the last week's trivia was the MLB did a national televised April Fool's joke that they were going to legalize metal bats for the 1989 season,
there we
and it
go.
actually really pissed people off.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, really pissed people off.
That's good.
You guys are idiots. Blah blah blah. My did You didn't have one last week, did you?
I didn't have a trivia. Logan had us go back and forth on
So okay,
that competition.
that was a good one though. Last week was
Yep.
good. I like
Yeah.
when he does that. So my this week, when or what year and who is the Raiders' last MVP?
Mm. Last MVP.
I would give you another hint, but it'll give it all away.
Is it Bo didn't really do a lot in the NFL to get MVP.
Now,
Did
Do you
he?
have a trivia this week? I'm not going to answer you regardless.
I don't have a trivia. I'd say Bo. I'd say it would be
Okay.
fucking Bo Jackson.
That's fair. What a legend.
I might have fucked myself by saying he didn't do it. I don't know if he. I guess I'm saying I don't know if he did enough to have an MVP type year of the years he was playing, but yeah, we'll say Bo.
Bo, 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 Bo,
Bo knows. But that's
Bo.
another week. Um, we're getting some views starting to go back up a little bit more on the
This is
YouTube
good.
page.
We really
Uh,
need to try and get, which I know it's hard, especially because we do it on Thursdays. You two have babies.
yeah,
Logan's got 2 babies in the house. We need to try and get together for one
yep,
sometime
yep,
soon, and we need to. We kind of dropped the ball. Things were short notice this week. Um, we need to get a guest,
yep.
and
We'll
even
work
if
on bring someone on.
we're together, I mean, we'll just get somebody with the same app. It's free. This works
Yep.
great. That's what we need to do.
So we'll get that, but shout out to the ones starting to go over to the YouTube page.
Yep.
I mean, shout out to you if you're still listening on Spotify, which more of our listeners are still doing that. But I would like to boost the YouTube numbers up.
Yeah.
So if you can like, subscribe, go watch it on YouTube too, as well as go listen to it on Spotify. Boost us up in both categories,
Yeah.
both platforms.
Which obviously Spotify is easier because you can just click it.
Yeah.
Listen.
I was gonna say I always used to listen to all my stuff on Spotify, so
Yeah.
I mean I appreciate the love either way we
Oh
get it.
yeah.
But
It's awesome, dude.
so we're done for this week, and
Yeah.
next week we'll see if Logan's back with us.
You
Till
fucking
then,
better be stupid.
until then, we'll catch y'all next week.
Bye.